Yeah, what is up, guys? It is your boy Speed here, and today we're back with another episode of Guest Rank. I know it's been a while. I know. Alright, I also know that on the gameleap website I said I was gonna make one and I didn't, and I apologize to everyone. I'm gonna do it though, alright? Soon! I will fix that, but nonetheless, welcome back to Guest Rank, guys. If you don't know what this is, it is where I take a look at your games that you guys submit through the gameleap community tab. The gameleap community tab. If you don't know where to find it, it's the gameleap community tab. And then by looking at your gameplay, I try to guess your rank. Hopefully more of you guys are broken than not. But speaking of broken, have you had your heart broken? Well, Valentine's Day is coming up and I don't want you to be alone. So we're doing a 50% off sale at the gameleap website down below. The code is LOVE50. So if you're lacking some love, you just want to feel a little bit of warmth, Boy Speed is here to provide that for you. I'm here for you, okay? Just type in LOVE50, sign up, all right? It's worth it. We have tons of great guides. It's going to help you get to the next rank, and I'll be there for you. All right, let's get into our first match of the day. We're going to be following, what's your name? Scams. All right, I mean, hopefully not me. But all right, let's take a look at your lane. Starting items seem pretty reasonable. I would say stick against Prophet is probably not the best. I would consider going boots here. The reason why I'd want boots against Prophet as soon as possible is, or a Wraithband. Wraithband for armor. We already have a lot of armor. Boots because against Prophet, if you kind of just like let him lane, you're gonna lose most of the time. So when you're against Prophet, often you can buy boots, especially when you have your hero like Lion that can stun him, and you can close the gap, right? You can just spin on him over and over again. So that is what I would 100% consider doing in this lane over stick. I don't think it's the greatest stick lane, but all right. Take a look at your laning mechanics, and then we'll look at some mid-game team fights as well. The majority of this video is going to be focused around mid-game team fights and team fights in general, but I do want to look at Juggernaut laning stage because I think a lot of carry players can struggle here. So let's see if you pull aggro. Ooh, that is not the time to go aggressive, right? So against Prophet, it's very hard for you to close the gap, and you shouldn't really try to hit him except for one circumstance. Okay, two circumstances. There's one main one though. There's one crucial one. The one that's not as crucial is if he's going for a last hit and you think he's like very far out of position, you can hit him. But that's usually not going to happen. Usually Prophets just stay really far back because it's a ranged hero with treants. The other one that's more important that you have to pay attention to is if your support's in position. If your support's in position, Prophet can't really man up. Like, he struggles when he gets jumped, but if you start the fight by running through the wave and through treants alone, it's not going to work. So this is kind of like a really bad example to go in. That you did there, so you just got to be careful. Like, you can notice you tank, like, you know, a bit of damage. You didn't overextend too far, which is good, but you do need to be careful about that. Also, I think I would have taken my W in this lane. I expect you to get harassed a lot by Prophet, so I think the healing word would have been a much, much better decision, but we'll see. Okay, your courier got sniped. I do want to see you rush phase in this lane, though. I think not having phase against Prophet is a big mistake. In general, just going phase gives you armor and the gap close against Prophet, so I think it's very important for the laning stage, so I do hope you rush that. Okay, this spin's okay. You did chase through the wave, though, which is like, it's pretty tough. BA with the all chat pull. But alright, you know, not the best spin, to be honest. I think maybe the items could be changed a little bit. Let's see what you bought here. Do you buy boots? I'll forgive you if you bought boots here. You are going too aggressive, though. Alright, salve and a boots. That's the thing, though. You buy this salve, but you could have just, like, healing warded, you know, and then buy a clarity instead. That's kind of how I see it, but it's not too bad. This is solid overall. Your CS is also quite good. So honestly, I'm getting like Legend Ancient vibes from this just because you have good movement, good CS, good denies, solid items, you know, everything's looking like great, but your movement and positioning has been like a little bit off. It's like a 6 out of 10 type of thing. All right, goes down. Let's move on to the mid game. I'm curious to see how you execute on mid game fights. So you did go for the Battle Fury. Classic gameleap submission. You're 1-0 with extremely good CS, but hey, honestly, for carry players, generally you do want to be, you know, about this, where you have good CS and, you know, like, if you're going to go Fury, you don't want that much kill participation. I would say 1-0-1 is maybe not active enough, but honestly, it's okay. The reason why I say it's not active enough is you're playing Jug. You know, this is a hero that can get active when you have Omni Slash. You can get a kill and get out. All right, let's see. You are posturing aggressive here, which I can respect. You got that Yasha, you know, you got Omni Slash. Team's diving very far here, which is... All right, that's Shaman positioning. This is not Immortal or Divine. At least I hope it's not. Okay, flash farming, Monkey King. Ooh, weird Omni Slash. I mean, unless you're just trying to clear the wave, you should never just like lead Omni Slash like this, you know? I mean, it's obviously gonna bounce to the wave. Now, luckily for you, he kind of like didn't do it right. He should be standing here and try to get you to bounce to the wave, but I'm guessing you don't kill him now, right? Oh no, you do. Clinks is here. But alright, that was not... I mean, you should have just auto-attacked him, right? It ended up working out, but against better players, that's not gonna work. You might just, like, lose the Omni Slash altogether. Dude, okay, so here's what I'll say, alright? I just like briefly scan over this fight and like you kind of just mess up Omni Slash again. You're really good at farming and pushing in waves, so that's not your problem, but you're gonna have a hard time because I'm guessing you're like I don't want to say Archon. I definitely don't think you're low, like that low, but I don't think you're like high ancient or divine because like your spell casting is just very, very questionable. In the lane it was a bit questionable, and now in the mid game here it's also pretty questionable. Like, just looking at this fight, you know, you're taking the racks, that's great, or your team's diving, you know, it is what it is. Timber's killing himself, the classic. And, like, you nearly tried to Omni Slash at 2 HP CM, and then on top of that, this Omni Slash, it makes a bit more sense, like, she's full HP, but you can't really Omni Slash PA, you know? Like, it's just not a hero you can Omni Slash, and when you're playing Jug, the first thing you need to do is you need to identify who you cannot Omni Slash, or you just have to know it by heart. It's one or the other, and so, yeah, obviously, that's just a waste. I mean, that's very apparent, so you're not really using Healing Word either. So, all in all, what I'll say is, are you dead? Yeah. So, yeah, you gotta work on your mid-game Omni Slash. I mean, your Omni Slashes in general, they just don't make any sense. Like, you gotta make sure it's on targets that can't disengage and can't bounce into a creep wave, and you'll do so much better. Alright, I think I'm ready to guess the rank. Let's take a guess for Scams. He's doing a great job farming, but I think the fighting is where he lacks, the fight execution. So I'm gonna say that this is, like, High Legend. I think it's High Legend. Because I think if you're this good at farming, you'll just generally gain MMR, and it is what it is. But, yeah, I'm gonna say you are Legend 5. Legend 5. And Scams is... Ooh, Legend 3. Okay. Alright, a good start, yeah. I definitely felt pretty on about that one. You know, like, this build is pretty reasonable. I'm kind of a bigger fan of the other build, but a lot of people are still going Fury Ags. I mean, Fury Manta, so alright, let's get into the next clip. Next up on the list, we have Lycan. We have GHRNSH on the offlane Lycan. Offlane Lycan is something I don't see from a lot of players, but I'm definitely a big fan of it. I actually think offlane Lycan is quite underrated, as it really is just a very chaotic hero. It creates a lot of chaos. On top of this, you got like this Enigma Lycan lane, which I think is very strong. I really do mean that. I think it's a very, very strong lane. So, all in all, I'm a fan already. I don't know your rank, but I'm a fan of your pick. And picks in general. Your whole team comp looks good. They have an Anti-Mage Phantom Assassin, so... oh, it's an Anti-Mage mid against Storm. This has got to be high MMR. People are counterpicking Storm with AM mid, Lycan off lane, like Enigma in general. This has got to be high MMR. There's no way. Alright, let's get into it, though. Alright, so the first thing you wanted me to look at was your laning stage minute 1 through 5, and then you have like some dive attempt at minute 12, so that's what we'll be doing. Let's take a look at that. Now, the first thing I'd say is this is definitely a stick lane, even though like Lycan's not necessarily a hero you'd always buy stick on, just because you have other ways of sustaining, especially with this like Sage's Mask stuff. I do think that it's pretty important that you buy stick against Rubik PA. They're just going to be casting a lot of spells, and I mean a lot of spells. Okay, so overall, one thing you do have pretty solid down is the whole idea of bursting creeps. It looks like you are queuing. Oh, you did buy the stick. Okay. Yeah, I definitely think, like, you see how he's, like, bursting the creeps, right? Where you have the wolves, and if you cancel the animation on your wolves, like the auto-attack animation, it moves them closer to the creep. And when it moves them closer to the creep, it allows the Lycan and the Lycan wolves to hit at the same time, and it bursts the creep. So it makes it really easy to last it, and really easy to deny. I will say that you are taking a lot of damage here. It's sort of expected. Honestly, I don't know why. One thing I will say is I feel like you should be pulling more aggro. I don't feel like this is like one of those lanes where you just want to like stand still. You have to keep in mind that Lycan is a freaking 1 armor hero. This hero gets chunked. So, like, the big thing that I see here is a mistake. The reason why I don't think this is immortal, per se, is because the Enigma is not blocking the small camp. I actually think it's spawn, which is a big issue. You definitely don't want that to be the case, so... hate this. So, the small camp spawn, right? So he didn't block it with Eidolons, which you generally want to. And then you're not pulling aggro, and, you know, you're nearly dead, right? It's getting to the point where, I mean, you're not in kill range, and Rubik is basically Fade Bolting off cooldown, so it's somewhat to be expected. But at the same time, like, you're kind of, you know, your wolves are taking a bit of damage, and so all I would say is, like, focus on pulling the wave. Like, especially here, you're, like, running into the wave. There's no creeps left, and you're running into the wave. You're probably not going to die, but she might even dagger Blink Strike on you here, and you guys are just, like, aggroing, and you're pinging him, but you're doing the same thing, right? So, I don't blame you, you know, for pinging him here. I would ping him too, but you're making a mistake, right? Your positioning is off. So, this is such a grief. Oh my god. So now you really need to aggro. Okay. I understand that sometimes when you aggro, it makes it hard to last hit with Lycan, but I think it's kind of important that you do, yeah. So I'm down with you pushing in the wave a little bit. There's way too many creeps. Okay, let's see if you can get the denies. Alright, you missed that one. I'd love to see you get those denies there. I think that's pretty crucial. Just because, you know, you're against a dagger, but why is Enigma autoing the wave? Yeah, this Enigma has no clue what he's doing, to be honest. I'm sorry if he's like your friend or something, but he's not like, he needs to be blocking the pull and contesting the pull, and he's just not, right? Like, once the wave is back, you beat the PA in a 1v1, no problem, in terms of CSing, right? And so he needs to be giving you so much solo. Dude, if I'm you, I'm literally screaming this guy, get out of the lead, Like, what are you subbing on my XP, You know? No, you don't do that? Alright, well, you get the point. He's, like, Lycan is a very XP-dependent hero, and so is Enigma, but Lycan much more so, because, you know, an early 6 gets you early kills. Alright. Other than all that stuff, the CS is great, so let's skip ahead here. Definitely really, really good last hits. A 6-minute Necro is very, very respectable, and you're gonna farm with it, amping your timing, so... okay, you skipped your ulti. I think it's a bit weird, because honestly, I'd love to see you diver here. I don't really understand why you'd skip ulti, right? I mean, your hero does have mana problems, but I hope this is a misclick, because, like, this looks like a kill to me, right? I don't want this PA to be able to farm at all, so I think this is a bit confusing, assuming it's intentional, which I don't know if it was or not. Oh, what the? You didn't max wolves? I don't care if you don't take wolves at level 3. I think taking the second point of Feral Impulse at level 3 is fine, but like, maxing Feral Impulse over your Q? Really? They get Cripple at level 4 now. So like, they changed it, right? Wolves Cripple was moved from level 3 to 4, and the Invis was moved from 4 to 3, so it's very important to get your Wolves maxed out for a Cripple. The Cripple, right, lets you man up to heroes and farm camps without taking a lot of damage on your units, so that's very weird to me. I think the last point is very important, and this is a mistake, for sure. Alright, so the next thing you said is you made a dive attempt at minute 12. Let's take a look at that. Looks like you're pushing in top. I'm totally fine with this gameplay. The only thing I would say is I'd love to see you make a rat play on mid. I think your team should be able to just run them over when the storm gets mana. You guys can just walk up the mid. Oh my god, he rushed a blink. What the heck? Kind of weird. But I'd love to see you guys just collapse on mid, because I honestly don't think they can fight you. Like, this Tiny, it has no game. This Witch Doctor, I imagine, has no game. Alright, he's a decently high level, but like, you just destroy him. Rubik has no game yet, so I really think it's important that you guys collapse the map here. I think it's like quite poor by your team to... It's not necessarily that you're playing passive, it's more along the lines that you're just like, you're not collapsing on mid, and I think taking this mid tower is very important, because then like, if you take mid tower, it's very, very awkward for the enemy team to farm mid. You can just gank them so easily. You have free access to all you know, their map. You can smoke gank anywhere. Most importantly, you also open up Roshan. If they want to TP to contest Rosh, the best place to TP to contest Rosh is the mid tier one. So killing that is pretty crucial. Now this dive seems good to me. I don't really know what there's to look at. Let's see if you cast your spells right. It does look like you're kind of dying to the tower, but cast your Howl so he doesn't see ulti. That's good. Kill him. You do have -2 armor, which is why this tower shreds you. You did need to de-aggro here. It looks like you don't de-aggro. That's your first mistake. I mean, even though that they do end up glyphing, you die to this? Okay, you get your boots. Oh, run! Ah! I'm guessing he's gonna chase you, right? Yeah. I think you can just summon wolves and kill him, right? Yeah. Okay. This game is just a flex, bruh. Classic game leap submission, guys, you know? Gotta be 4-0 at minute 13. Dive in tier 2s. But honestly, this Lycan, like, this is like a... You know, especially when the enemy doesn't have Lycan answers, this is a pretty common Lycan game, so... The enemy team literally has no answer to Lycan. It's such a free game, so this is a great... It's a great Lycan pick, even... I don't know if you've last picked or whatever, I'm not gonna check. Alright, props to you, let's take a guess. I definitely think you're like high divine or immortal if I had to guess. Like, your mechanics overall were, you know, solid, your spellcasting's good. Your understanding of diving and putting map pressure and flash farming is correct. I do think that maybe you could have collapsed on mid earlier, but that's like, you know, it's not something that's gonna like hold you back from getting to divine. I mean, or like immortal. But all right, I'm gonna say divine 5. I wouldn't be surprised if you're immortal though. Divine 5. Bro, what? There's no way. This is such... You're like casting your spells well and everything. You're what? What rank is that? I couldn't even... Where is it? Archon 3? What? That is what? I mean, the Enigma definitely didn't know what he's doing, but like, you're like shoving the waves and like casting your Necro and going the right items and doing the right movements and casting your spells and not taking a bad fight. Dude, I don't know. I don't think this is your real account, man. I don't think this is your real account. You're checking the, yeah, your camera movement's good, your awareness is good, you're taking Roche or Storm. I don't buy it, man. Even though, like, your account, I can't call it a smurf because it's, like, a relatively high level. I'm not buying it, dude. Your movement's too good. Hey, if you're not lying and it's actually you, congrats! You've gotten the speed smurf compliment, so. Alright, let's get into the last one. We got DB on the Marauder. Alright, so, what did you say? You said, don't know why the enemies were attracted to my arrows. I feel like I played a perfect game. Perfect? I don't think anyone's ever played a perfect game. Can you comment on mid to late game itemization? So, I can do that. Let's take a look at a couple fights in your mid to late game itemization. Looks like you started with Tranquil's Wand and a Vessel, which is pretty reasonable. I can get behind this. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent Vessel game. I will say that I also like the idea of going Yules. They have a very mobile team comp. They have Weaver Slaughter, so the ability to use those heroes and set up on them can be very nice. Also, if you get jumped, I think it's a good save. But I am a fan of Vessel. I think it's a decent run item, gives you good HP, and I'm assuming you primarily bought it for the Necro, which, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay. Like, I do feel like your team has a Zeus and, like, a ton of magical damage for him anyway, but it's all right. I'll give it an all right. It's not something that would, you know, really lose you the game. So, throw an arrow here. All right, honestly, it's a bit questionable. The only reason why I say that is, like, personally here, I mean, I get why you throw the arrow. It looks pretty easy, but at the same time, I'd probably wait for a frostbite then arrow. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really see the reason of taking the risk is all. All right, let's take a look. So, let's play the normal speed here. Okay. Arrow. So after you hit the arrow, usually you want to leap in, but you only have one charge for whatever reason, so it's actually good that you don't leap in here, because you only have one charge. Then you Q. You should have Q'd a little bit earlier just to get it off cooldown. Alright, I'm fine with that leap out, just avoid getting Necro ultied, assuming he has it, which he does. Alright, I can respect that. See him goes down, you kite around, you should Vessel this guy again. Alright, nice. Well played, well played. Alright, you're kiting a little bit far out. I'd rather you be here than here. This is very far away, you know? If this guy's getting focused, you can be here and be safe, right? So I do think you should be a little bit closer. I don't like that arrow. The reason why I don't like that arrow is it's just like it's very blind. Now, sure, the guy walks into it, like you said, they were attracted to your arrows, but it's not like, I don't know, it's just kind of like weird. It's like a weird arrow. I need to explain it better, but like, basically, it didn't really seem like easy to hit. It's okay to throw arrows that aren't necessarily easy to hit. To be fair, it was in the direction of two heroes, so I sort of respect it, but, oh, finished a kill. Vessel, okay, good. Should run away. Gotta leap up in two. Alright, you shouldn't run fully away. No, stay. Okay. Oh, if you hit this one, you're the GOAT. Ooh. No, it's not gonna hit him. What is it? What? What is he doing, dude? Oh my god. What is he doing? My man just had like a what is it called? Like a seizure. Slaughter just had a seizure. Go back to base. It don't matter. Oh, you're getting runes? Alright, I can respect that. Oh my god, dude. Alright. Let's move on to your later items. Let's see what you bought. You wanted me to comment on that. Hex. Alright, I'm not sure how I feel about this Hex. You bought a Lotus. Great Lotus game. It's really good against Shaman. It's good against Necro. It's not really good against Weaver, but, you know, it's not to counter every hero. It's fine against Rubik, Dispel, Slaughter, ulti, so, yeah, it's good. I like the Lotus here. I think it's very reasonable. I will say that this Hex, I mean, Hex is a great item. You can't really go wrong necessarily with Hex, but at the same time, I haven't been playing the game, so it's hard for me to say, like, what you need. You know what I mean? Like, when you're playing a game, this is where, like, you know, a thing that actually makes high mark players, they can get a feel of, like, what their team's lacking, and it's a very accurate feel. So, for instance, like this game, if I'm dying to Weaver, then I'd want to buy, like, a Ghost, you know, to kite him out. You hit the Weaver. Dude, does this guy not have time-lapse? No, his brain's just off, I guess. Alright. You kite in. It's fine. Alright, a little bit anxious on the leaps here, to be honest. This is a bad sign, to be honest. Only because, like, very often by how more players, they would know they never should leap out here. Reason being is I see the Shaman on the map, the Weaver's dead, Slaughter's 2 HP. Like, even if you got Gone on there, it would be good for your team if you got Gone on there, right? Because, like, you know, you're a Mirana, who's tanky, so. Yeah, I mean, I think your items are fine, but you gotta be careful about those leaps. It's quite a big mistake. You should just Hex this guy, even though he's Lotus. Okay. Okay. Should Vessel him. Alright. I can tell this is a little more a game by the enemy team's positioning. It's just very obvious, to be honest. Like, the enemy team's just kind of like suiciding and not pressing their buttons, just being real, but alright, let's focus on you. Stand in the trees, TP in. I don't think you should have TP'd back there. I would have preferred you see to cut the bot waves only because, you know, I don't think it was your job to catch that guy. Even though you are, you know, provide a lot of catch, I think he was already dead or, you know, either not going to get caught by you. All right, you get back onto the side of the map, smoke it up. Oh, that's your item. Okay. Your CM's disconnecting. You guys are going in, but all right. Let's take a look at what you do here. So, once again, I'm not a huge fan of this arrow. So, when you have the multi-shot arrow talent, honestly, it becomes a lot better. What, you took attack speed at level 15? Why? I mean, I guess it kills shaman wards, but, like, it's not really your job. It doesn't really matter to kill shaman wards. So, like, I definitely feel like you should have sacred arrow cooldown on a support. That seems quite bad. But all right, nonetheless, my point was that it's okay to throw random arrows when you have this talent because, like, it's actually pretty easy to hit one accidentally when you have the extra sacred arrow talent. So honestly, I'm kind of okay with this one more than the others. Yeah, that one's fine actually. I'll be real. That one's fine. Okay, Hex. You do have a hard time vesseling. I don't know why you're not vesseling right away. Like even okay, so he does have a Lotus to be fair, so like he could purge it. So maybe you're waiting for after the Lotus. We'll see. If that's the case, then I'm fine with that. But generally, even if he's like hexed here, I would want a hex vessel, just because, you know, whatever regen he has, whether or not it's base regen, Lotus regen, pipe regen, you know, any regen, you just want to cancel that out so he gets bursted. But we'll see if you vessel him after the Lotus. No, you didn't. Okay, so that was definitely just a misplay then, because you literally did it right before the Lotus, which is definitely not optimal. And now you should Q him. All right, you got a bit of work to do on spellcasting and positioning. It's not like bad, honestly. It's solid, but you have some room to go where, you know, this arrow is fine, but then you don't really cast your Lotus, and then after you don't really cast your, you don't cast your Vessel, then you don't cast your Q either. Like, it's weird, you know, you're not casting your Necro killers. You have three things that kill Necro. You've casted one arrow, but not on him, and then you don't cast the other two. It's like, you know, like, it's just a bad sign. I don't know why you wouldn't cast your Q. There's really no reason not to, so it's just a mistake in my opinion, but okay, you get gone on. You should dust this guy just to slow his movement speed. All right, probably should have hexed him, but yeah, looks like that's gonna be all. Okay, I'm ready to guess your rank. I am gonna have to guess a little bit on the lower end, but you did do very well this game. Yes, the enemy team definitely was attracted to your arrows. But all right, I'm gonna say that this is, I'm gonna say Crusader 3. Hey, your rank is, imagine if he's lower than Lycan. Oh, where are you? Oh no, it's like Legend. Oh, it's Archon. I feel so bad. Your positioning was pretty decent. I don't know why I guessed that low. Your items and positioning was solid. I don't know why I guessed that low. That was mean. I'm sorry, dude. Nah, you deserve it. Oh god, I guess so low. Alright, man. Well, that's gonna be all for the latest episode of Guess the Rank. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want your replay reviewed, post it in the community tab. And I hope to see you next one. If you enjoyed, smash that like button, subscribe, and comment something down below. I'm out. Peace. But yeah, that's going to be about all, folks. Remember, click the link down below and subscribe to the GameLeap website where we have thousands of videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.